All right, hey guys, hey everyone. This is Mik, and today we're about to work on some of the basic skills in calisthenics and strength training in in order for you to learn a certain harder skills. You can definitely give a good chance to proceed with the development for handstands, and this is what we're gonna work today. I'm going to give you some of the basic drills, and we're going to work out on the retraction, protraction of the scapula, work within the shoulder joint. I'm going to give you some of the tips for a good body alignment as well, as a work for the areas such as your core, your lower back. We're going to try to build up a good chain of the joints and try to get a good straight handstand form from the tippy toes to the very fingertips, pretty much. And before you guys proceed, and if you do this workout with me today, I would definitely recommend you to make sure that you're able to do at least 30 push-ups in a row, so your joints and your body are ready for such a workout, so nobody get hurt. And make sure that you're able to proceed with at least about 20 or 30 VFs as well. So VFs, if you don't know what the VFs are, is the abs work when you lift up your upper body and legs up at the same time. All right. For our workout of today, we're gonna work with a couple chairs. So that's what we're gonna use. That's what we're gonna use today. It's a couple chairs, yoga mat. Yoga mat we need just for the purposes of not sliding for the chairs apart. Okay, so it's supposed to be stick well down towards to the ground, so it's not supposed to be sliding anywhere. Resistance band, clean wall, and bottle of water, pretty much. All right, guys. So we're about to start. I'm gonna move back. And if during the workout you guys have any questions, please feel free to text, and I'll be happy to respond to all of the questions, whichever comes to your mind. Okay, so let's go. Just bring your feet apart, hands down to your hips. Start to warm up your neck. Just bring it from one side to another. Just gotta make sure that we warm up your upper trapezius as well, right after we finish your cervical part of the spine, which is your neck. All right, just bring your chin up towards your chest. Flex your head behind, and we're gonna take just one more. 3, 2, and 1. Let's take 3 head circles to the right, nice and slow. Don't bring your head to back too much. And switch your side. And a couple more. All right, so stretch your upper trap. You're gonna lean your head into the one side and then pull your fingertips down towards the floor with your other hand. All right, switch your side. Alright, guys, just push your shoulders up towards your ears so you can activate your upper trapezius a little bit better. And we're gonna take the same thing for just 4 more times. 3, 2, and 1. Keeping your shoulders right in front of yourself, and start to proceed with that little rotations within your shoulder joint only. All right, just 5 more times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your shoulders to the back. We're gonna give about 10 to 15 minutes for us to just get a good warm up before we get upside down. All right, take your hands to the side, proceed with your arm circles, and then by the time when we start to proceed with it, arm circles, make sure that you squeeze your shoulder blades together and you feel the pressure and you feel the tension on the back part of your deltoids. And we're gonna take it for just a few more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and that's enough. All right, now just push your fingertips up towards the ceiling and pretend that you're pretty much just doing the shoulder press. So you're pushing your elbows down towards the floor, and then you lift it up and bring your fingertips together into the triangle. So elbows down, then push your fingertips up. Elbows down, pushing your fingertips up. Let's go just 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, put your arms to the side. Proceed with the elbow warm up. And switch your side. Push your fingertips and switch your direction into the opposite side. All right, well done. Bring the feet a little bit wider. We start to take the warm up a little bit lower and getting down towards your core and your lower back. Just taking the side body tilt, pushing the fingertip down towards your foot. And here we go. We're gonna push the same thing for just 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So the next thing we're about to do is pretty much bring your feet right with hips apart. Take your hands behind your head. Lift your chin up and start to push your hips back towards to the wall so you can flatten your lower back. You can bend your knees a little bit and pretend that you do the deadlift. So it's pretty much the bodyweight deadlift. So you can take a little bit more warm up to your lower back and towards to the back part of your thighs at the same time. And here we go for more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so now just one vertebra at a time. You start to take a front body tilt. As you reach the floor, push as low as you can, one vertebra at a time. Just start to proceed into the full body straight out position. I'm just gonna take a couple more all the way down, all the way up. Just one more. All the way down. Stretch, stretch, stretch a little bit more. And get it up. All right, so just a regular 10 squats all the way down as low as you can. As you proceed into the handstand move, you've got to make sure that the whole body is tightened. You've got to make sure that you feel not just your shoulders, your core, your lower back, but you've got to make sure that you feel your legs a lot, okay? Because if you're going to keep your legs relaxed, upside down, it's not really good position. You can balance and you can feel your handstand as good as you should be. All right, so whenever you get upside down, try to tighten everything. Tighten your glutes, tighten your quads, keep your toes pointed. So it's definitely gonna make a good difference for your upside down skills. All right, just one more. Now, I'm gonna move the chairs on the side so far, and we're gonna proceed with the warm up just on the mat. On the mat so far. And what we're about to do next is just pretty much 10 regular push-ups. Alright, so get ready. 10 push-ups. Keep your hands just a little bit wider than your shoulders. Just right above your wrist. And here we go. Abs tight, glutes tight. Tighten your quads. And keeping your body as much as you can straight. No curves, no arches. All right, we're gonna take 3 more, 2, and 1. All right, so the next thing we're about to do is you're gonna take the regular prone body position on your belly, get your arms to the side, and you're about to take the rotation with your arms into the supination and pronation. All right, so you're taking your palms all the way forward, you're taking the palms all the way forward again. By the time as you finish that rotational move. And we're about to take the same thing for just 10 more seconds. Take your time, don't rush, but make sure that you do the full twist. All the way up, all the way forward. We're gonna get into the thing for just one more time. All right, keeping your hands right in front of the chest. Just stretch some of your abdominals. And at the same time, you're gonna start to push your shoulders down towards the floor. And lowering yourself down back again. So lifting it up, lowering it down, lifting it up, lowering it down. So just feel the way you start to push the floor away with only of your shoulder joint. We're gonna take the same thing for just 4 more, 3. Feel the way your pecs start to get into that activation as well. And 1 more. All right. So the next thing we're about to do is pretty much your wrist, and the thing we're going to be doing is just a static stretch, just a static passive stretch so far for just 10 seconds. Push your fingertips towards to each other and get your chest right above your hands. And from here, we're about to start to get the little rocking back and forth. So you can get your chest right above your palm hands and bring your hips back towards to your heels again. All right, we're gonna take it for just 3 more, 2, and 1. Flip your palms on the floor, fingertips towards to each other, and keep rocking 10 times back and forth, just right above your wrist joint. And try to lock your elbows as well. At the same time, little by little, start to get your shoulder blades apart and keep pushing the floor away. Keep pushing the floor away. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. All right, so now you can either do it from the knees or you can also do it from the toes within the regular push-up position. And the thing we're about to do is pretty much the double warm-up for your wrist joint. If you don't feel confident enough, if you don't feel your wrist strong enough, it's a little bit shaky, it's better to stay in your knees. If you've got the strong push-up position, you can also start from the regular push-up, all right? So what we're gonna do is to get your palm push-up into the fist push-up. From the fist push-up, we're gonna take the fingertips push-up position. And then from here, we're about to get it down towards your fists. And then we're about to get it down back to your palms again, all right? Same thing from the knees. Fist, fist, palm, palm. Fist, fist, fingertips. Fist, and palm. All right, just one more time. All right, so the next thing we're gonna be doing is just to give a little bit of warm up for your shoulder joint and towards to your thoracic part of the spine as well, just so you feel the better body extension before you get upside down. You're gonna keep your hands right in front of yourself on the chair or on just maybe on the table, something higher, but not too high. All right, so from here, you're gonna take your shoulder blades apart, take a deep breath in, and then as you go into the exhale, you're gonna start to push your shoulders down towards the floor as much as possible. So take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, you're going down, push it low. Some active stretch, not really for you to gain any flexibility, it's rather for you to just get a better warm up for your shoulder joint and just prepare your legs as well. Alright, just a couple more times, and one more. Alright, so same thing, but one hand, except the one little difference, you're not gonna keep your palms on the chair at this time, you're gonna keep the side of your palms. So it's gotta be just like that, keeping your hand right on the chair. The opposite hand is gonna be on the floor, and then just slide the chair a little bit further away, and then move it up towards to yourself. Just 5 times. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Alright, so opposite side, all the same, opposite hand. And here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright guys, as we're going to proceed with handstand, and we're gonna push a lot of front deltoids, we've gotta make sure that we keep the balance in between all of the muscle groups. So now we're gonna give a little bit more pressure towards the back part of your deltoids. So that's why we need either a resistance band, if you have one. If you don't have one, you can also take the towel. All right. So you're gonna keep your hands right in front of yourself. Squeeze your abs, squeeze your glutes, and start to push your hands to the back. All right. Just 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, guys. So we're almost ready for handstand. Now I'm gonna give you a couple more exercises for just a better technique understanding of how you should be holding yourself upside down. What we're gonna do is pretty much the regular supine body position on the floor. And what I want you to do is just to squeeze every single muscle of yours, squeeze your quads, point your toes, squeeze your abs that hard so you can So you can reach the floor with your lower back, okay? Your lower back shouldn't be arching. Your lower back should be stick to the floor. At the same time, try to keep your shoulder blades grounded as well and keep your arms right above yourself and pretend that someone is pulling you into the both different sides. So someone is pulling your hands, someone is pulling your feet, and you're trying to get your body within as long position as possible, right? So get ready, we're gonna hold that position for 10 seconds. Ready, set, and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The next exercise we're gonna be doing is pretty much all the same, except at this time, you guys are gonna be doing the same exercise against the wall, all right? And it's a little bit different against the wall because right here, you're actually supposed to feel the way you start to curl your trunk a little bit further away in front of yourself. So you never really do the arches. You go upside down, you're gonna squeeze your abs, you're gonna squeeze your glutes, and then let your hips come a little bit further forward. At the same time, you shouldn't be too hollow. You should be keeping your body as much as you can natural, all right? So you stick your heels towards the wall. You're trying to get your glutes in touch with the wall. You're trying to get your lower back against the wall, the top of your head, and your shoulder blades. Don't lift your arms up, just keep your arms down, but try to reach the wall with your lower back, as well as your heels, glutes, and shoulder blades, all right? And the more you can manage that position as you go just natural within the standing position, the easier for you to understand how you should be holding yourself upside down every time you do your handstand. Okay? All right, so we're gonna do some of those exercises just for you to get a certain rest in between of the sets. But most of the time, we're just gonna work on your upper body now. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna be doing now is work on is just the regular kicks. Just the regular kicks, and again, so this is a good exercises for beginners. If you guys have never done the handstand before, I wanna share with you one more thing. If you feel like you're falling over, make sure that you're able to take at least one step. All right, so don't fall flat on your back. You don't have to get into the bridge. You don't have to get into the forward roll, as it's a little bit more advanced stuff. But what you should be able to do is to take at least one step, and you should be knowing what side you would be using for the cartwheel turn, okay? So for example, if I get upside down and I'm about to fall forward, I'm gonna take the step with my right hand, and then this is the way I'm gonna finish it as a cartwheel, okay? So it's gotta be super safe. Okay, and all of those exercises we're gonna be doing now, you are gonna take it's your own range of motion. If you don't feel comfortable enough of getting upside down, you can always step a little bit further away from the chair or from the wall, so you don't get your body into the too much vertical position, okay? So it's all about your feeling, guys. You've gotta make sure that you feel comfortable. All right, so I'm gonna show all of this stuff sideways so you can better see me. And the first exercise is going to be just pretty much about the kicks. Ideally, it's absolutely the best if you can build up the chain of this straight line of your wrist, elbow, shoulder, and hips right above your head. But this is related a lot towards the back part of your thigh flexibility as well. So try to get into your own range of motion and feel comfortable. Make sure that you constantly engage your shoulder, all right? So every time you get upside down, you don't sink your shoulders, you want to engage and you want to push your shoulder up towards your ear. All right? And this is what we're going to do. You're going to take a step with the feet on the chair. You're going to try to get your hips right above your wrists. If you don't feel comfortable, you're going to step a little bit further away with your hands, okay? So it's up to you. And then from here, you're going to get one of the kicks up and then push off the chair with your opposite foot. All right? We're going to take the kicks for just 5 times. I'm going to just stop one more. All right. I'm having a little rest. Now, as It's also about either you're righty or lefty. I'm talking about the way you're gonna push off the floor with your feet. And we're gonna be doing everything on two sides. And with the time, you're gonna realize which leg would be more natural for you to kick off the floor. All right. So you're ready. We switch your leg position on the chair, but we keep doing the same exercise. Again, try to get your hips right above your waist. But if it doesn't work, you can always take a little bit steps further away from the chair. We're gonna take 5 kicks. You can take the chair and put it against the wall so it's not wobbly. All right, we're gonna take it 2 more, 1 more, and we're taking it down. So this is a good exercise for you to start from, but if you don't feel comfortable, you don't need the chair. If you have never done the handstand before, you can always just take your hands in front of yourself. Make sure that you push your shoulders towards your ears, and do not let your upper body, do not let your shoulders come in front of your wrist, as you're obviously going to shift your weight forward, and then it's hard to maintain the handstand this way. So push the floor away, and proceed with 10 little hops off the floor. So just like that. And as you feel more comfortable, you can always kick harder, and push off the floor for way more stronger as well. All right. So let's take 5 more kicks off the floor, and then after we finish the kicks off the floor, we're gonna try to get exactly the same thing what we did on the chair, but we're gonna try to take it from the floor. All right, ready, steady, go. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. All right, so the other tip, as you get upside down, it's not really just only about your shoulders, but this is also about the way you would be pushing the floor against with your fingertips. So don't just hold your palms flat. You're gonna bend your fingertips. You can make the area of your hands on the floor a little bit less if you would bend your fingers. And then if you bend your fingers, you can literally dig your fingers into the floor for way more better. And this is going to prevent you from the overload of your weight, so you don't fall forward, all right? So try to engage your shoulder and try to focus on your wrist as well. So you're gonna feel the pressure on your forearms like a lot, okay? All right, so at the same time, we're gonna start to get the kick, keeping your hands right in front of yourself, bend one of your legs, so you can land on the floor for way more softer. You don't gonna land with your foot behind, you're gonna get your foot as close as you can to your hands. So the closer you take your foot to your hands and you land, the softer it's going to be, obviously. All right? So you're ready, steady, go. So you kick and land. Kick and land. Kick and land. So as you can see, one of my legs are doing the kick. The opposite foot is going to push off the floor at the same time. At the same time, you're going to engage your shoulder, take your shoulder blades up, as well as your shoulder is going to be, and dig your fingertips into the floor at the same time. Ready? Let's go for 3 more kicks, and here we go. 3, 2, and 1. All right, guys, so take a seat if you want to. The next exercise we're going to do is going to be the elbow stand. The elbow stand is actually another good drill for you to approach yourself towards the better handstand. And for the elbow stand, we're gonna hold your elbows and wrist within the kind of triangle position. You're gonna keep your hands right in front of yourself, but don't take it too wide, okay? The areas of the pushing of the floor is going to be not just your elbow, but your forearm, and you're supposed to be pushing off the floor with your palm handle up. All right? And again, you can put the chair behind yourself, but make sure that you do this stuff against the wall first. All right? So if you do it with the chair, it's just easier to kick off and get into that vertical position with the elbows rounded. Okay? So this is what we're gonna do. You take it down. You can take your foot on the wall, on the chair,
And then as you go on the chair, you can just kick off and then just go up into the elbow stand for one way easier. All right? By the time when you get upside down, try to push off the floor with your elbows as much as you can so you can engage your shoulder. And so your shoulder is going down towards the floor and it's going down towards your ears. So you're not supposed to be touching the floor with your head. Okay, so your head should be a little bit off the wall, off the floor. All right, so let's go. I'm gonna show you guys the same thing with no chair. With a chair assistance, it's just a little bit easier. But if you've done the elbow stands before, you can also go without. The idea of pushing off the floor with your feet is all the same as the regular handstands. You're gonna push off the floor with one foot and then the opposite foot is gonna go up. So hands on the floor into the little triangle, pushing off the floor with your elbows. One foot is on the mat, the opposite foot is going up. And we stay here for just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright guys, so the next thing we're going to be doing with the elbow stands is just a little bit different approach. And so here you can actually focus a little bit more on your core strength. As you go upside down, you're going to try to arch within your elbow stand as less as possible as we're going to turn around and get your belly down towards to your mat. All right, so we're going down. You don't need to get your full vertical elbow stand now. You can be a little bit under the angle, maybe about 30 or 45 degrees. But what you should be focused on is the same thing about the shoulder. You got to keep pushing it up towards your ears and try to focus on your core. Okay, so you shouldn't be arching your back. Let's go. We'll hold it here, 2 sets of 5 seconds. All right, we're gonna step approximately 1 step away from the wall, then take your elbows here, step on the wall, 1 foot, and then another, and then squeeze your glutes, squeeze your abs. When you're ready, point your toes. And we'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get it down. All right, so one more time, all the same. This is a little bit easier than the back towards to the wall. But here, because the exercise is a little bit easier, you can definitely focus way more on the tightness of your overall straight body plank. All right, so get ready. One more time. And 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Up. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your quads. Pushing off the floor with your elbows. Point your toes. Stay 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And get it down. Da-da-da. Alright guys. So the next drill we're about to work on is going to be your vertical plank and steps. And the main idea of this exercise is pretty much just to get a better mobility within your shoulder joint. As we're going to proceed into the vertical plank, we're going to start into the from the regular push-up position. All right, and then by the time when you take the regular push-up position, you're going to go up. You're going to take the steps with your hands and with your feet as short as you can. All right, so it shouldn't be super wide steps, and try to focus on the not bending of your elbows. All right, so don't bend your arms. Try to work within your shoulder and try to take the tippy toe walking on the wall. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna hold your push-up position. Out of the push-up position, you're gonna take your feet on the wall first. As you have your feet on the wall first, you're gonna start to go up, and a little, the whole movement with your upper body is supposed to be going from your shoulder. Once you get the top position, you're gonna stay here, you're gonna take your form, you're gonna squeeze your abs, squeeze your glutes, you can look down at the wall, and then you're gonna start to take the steps all the way down. Tiny steps with your feet, and tiny steps with your hands as well. All right? We're gonna take the same exercise for just 4 more reps, It shouldn't be easy. This exercise is pretty tough if you do it correctly, okay? So try to focus on your quads, focus on your abs, focus on your lower back position, and you can get up and go towards the wall for as long as you feel comfortable, right? So ideally, you're about to take your handstand position all the way up, and I hope that you can see me. So ideally, this is how your ended position is supposed to look like. All right. So you're gonna take your hands as close as you can. You're gonna align as much as possible. Take your toes, take your belly, hips, and chest in touch with the wall. All right. But if you feel that you're falling over, you always take that one step ahead of yourself, and you can get that 90-degree body twist into the landing on your feet. All right? So we're gonna take your vertical plank for 3 more times, and then we're gonna move on and do the next step. So get ready, push-up position, a tiny steps with the feet, getting up on the wall, and here we go. Let's go, tiny steps with your hands. Keep pushing, try to get your hands positioned right underneath of your shoulders. Maybe just a little bit wider, but make sure that you constantly engage your upper trapezius. So you're constantly pushing your shoulder up towards your ear. All right? So right here, this part's supposed to be pretty tight. All right? Now I'm gonna take it 2 more times. Before we proceed into the 2 more sets, get the bend, and then proceed with the work for the back part of your shoulder. All right, so again, right in front of yourself, we're getting the bend, and then we're pushing it into that longer, stretchy position of the bend, and squeeze your shoulder blades together, work on the back part of your deltoids as well. And here we go, we're gonna take same thing for a few more times, and finish up the couple more reps we have. All right, get the band on the side, get ready, push up position, and we're going all the way up, taking the feet first on the wall, squeeze your abs, don't arch, don't swing your hips, and take those tiny steps with your palm hands. All right, and get it down, tiny steps, squeeze everything, squeeze everything. All right, guys, so just one more set, and afterwards we're about to pretty much keep working on the good overall plank form. We're gonna work out on the upper trapezius, and we're about to hold some of the handstands without actually stepping in our palm hands. Actually in our palm hands, but without straighting out of our elbow joint. Okay, so now let's just finish it up, and I'm gonna let you know. Get ready, set, and here we go. Here we go, all the way up, tiny steps, and all the way down. All right, folks, the next exercise we're gonna be doing is pretty much about the horizontal plank, and we're just gonna switch the pressure a little bit, okay? We're still working hard on our plank form, but we're not going into that vertical body position now. If you have socks, I would recommend you to take it off because it's supposed to be sticky with your feet. It's not supposed to be too slippery, okay? From here, we're about to take that sideways horizontal body plank, and we're about to take your steps from one side to another. Again, your steps with the feet and with the hands are gonna be very, very short, okay? So the shorter the better. At the same time, try to focus a lot on your core, on the rounded position of your lower back, and don't mess it with the hips out body position. So you don't want to do this. you want to do this. All right, so you want to squeeze your glutes, you want to keep your abs super tight, you want to push your shoulders up above your head, and you should be actually pretending that you're trying to make the wall fall onto the other side. So that's how you gotta be pushing it. At the same time, make sure that you're getting your body into that most horizontal body position you can do. All right, be careful, don't fall on your face. So this is how we started, and this is how we're going to take those steps sideways. All right, so tiny steps, tiny steps, tiny steps. Other side, keep pushing the wall away, keep pushing away. All right, so a couple more times, side to side. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your abs. Glutes tight, don't stick your hips out. Don't bring your bottom point. And done. All right, so we're gonna take the same thing for just 2 more times. And again, it's not how fast you go, it's not how far you go, it's about how short you can take the steps and how good you can control your body within the same body form all the time. Okay, so you shouldn't be wobbling, no worms movement, all very nice and tight. Okay, you're ready? Couple more times and begin. Side to side, side to side, other side. Nice and steady, control. Everything is super tight. Push your shoulders up by the ears, pushing the wall away on the other side. All right. So one more time, we're going to take the same exercise before we proceed with the next stuff. As we are taking lots of pressure not only to our shoulders but also to our wrist joint, we're going to also stretch it from time to time. You can take the chair, you can put your palms right in front of yourself, just the way it is, towards each other, and then afterwards just make the fist. So out of the straight palm, bend your fingertips, and get the fist. Alright, so the same thing, push your fingertips towards to yourself, and bring your fingertips up towards your palm. All the same, all the same. Alright, and just shake it off a little. It's gonna hurt for maybe 10 seconds, but then you're gonna feel a good relief. Alright guys, so one more time, we're gonna take the sideways body plank. Make sure that again, you squeeze everything, you keep your quads tight, you're standing on your tippy toe, pushing the floor away, engage your core as much as you can, push your shoulders above your head, feel the great tension on the upper part of your trapezius. You're ready, set, and let's go. Side to side, abs super tight. Other side. Keep walking. Again, try to keep your elbows straight, don't bend your arms. The whole step is going up from your shoulder, one side to another. It's also a very good exercise for you to gain more mobility within your shoulder joint. So you can take your handstand walk afterwards with no pain and with no injuries for your shoulder joint. Alright guys, so the next exercise we're going to be doing is actually going to be everything about the upper traps as well, because what we're gonna try to build up is a good muscle net around your shoulder joint, so your shoulder is pretty tight and it's not going anywhere when you are working out on your calisthenics skills. So it's not only about your handstand, but it's also about the way you do the planche form. It's also about the way you're gonna practice some of the advanced push-ups as well. And our shoulder joint is pretty much, it has very, very big range of motion, like the biggest in our body. And if we're not gonna provide a certain exercises to keep the joint within the capsule good enough, it might be it might be not good with the time because it's very easy to injure that joint. Okay, so that's why we do lots of this stuff just to make sure that we have a long health living for our strength training. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is pretty much just a regular handstand against the wall with your back. If you don't feel comfortable of doing your handstand with your back, you can also do it with your belly against the wall. All right, and what we're gonna do is pretty much the attempt of our body to understand how to engage shoulders better for the handstand form, the handstand position. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you one time with my back towards the wall, and then the other time I'm gonna show you with my belly towards the wall. So it's easier for you to focus on your shoulders, and it's easier for you to manage your lumbar spine with no arches. You can bring your legs apart, so it's a little bit easier position. We're gonna get up from here, pushing off the floor, and bring your legs apart. From here, you're gonna start to push your shoulders up towards your ears, and then sink it down again. Up towards your ears, and then sink it down again. All right, so just do this. We're gonna take just 5 more times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, get it down. If you don't feel comfortable of getting upside down with the back so far, you can also take the same thing with your belly towards the wall. Keep your hands right in front of yourself, approximately 1 step away from the wall. And then push off the floor, get 1 foot up, and then another, keep them apart, and then do the same exercise. Just engage your shoulder and push them up towards your ears for 10 times. And I'm gonna do just 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright? If you guys wanna approach yourself towards your handstands, but some of these exercises are still kind of advanced for yourself and you don't feel comfortable getting upside down like at all, you can always find the option of doing approximately the same thing with a little regression. You can do the same exercise out of the push-up position and then just work on your scapular body position. All right? So you can do this. Just get shoulder blades together, then push them apart. Or you can approach yourself towards to your upper body movement and towards to your upper trapezius a little bit more. Bring the feet apart, shift your weight forward, sink your shoulders down, and then push the floor away. Sink it down, push the floor away. All right, so that would be a good option as well. All right, guys, so we're gonna move on, and the next exercise we're gonna be doing now is all about the balance, and it's all about muscle stabilizers as well. What we're gonna use is that yoga mat against the wall. We're gonna take both of those chairs we have, gonna take them right against each other. Alright, so and from here, you gotta make sure that you keep the chairs just slightly wider than your shoulders. Okay? You're gonna take your palms on the chair. You've got to make sure that the chairs are not sliding. It's supposed to be stick down to the floor, like very sticky. And from here, you're gonna take your palms on the soft surface. Take your shoulders on the soft surface as well, and bring your head in between both of those chairs. Gonna get down, push off the floor. Gonna go up, extend your legs. If it's too hard, you can also keep your legs apart. But try to squeeze your abs and push off the chair with your palms, okay? So it's not you just
get on the chairs and put all the pressure in your shoulders, because you might feel a light pain on your shoulders if you push all of your body weight into the chair, but the most of your weight is supposed to be going into your palm. So you want to take the pressure of your body weight and put it equally in between of your palm hands and shoulders. After you have all of your body weight and you feel it, you're gonna keep both of your feet on the wall so far, and you're gonna take that little taps with your heel off the wall. All right? So I hope you can see me, and I hope that you will understand what I'm trying to bring to you. Okay? So you take the palms on the chair. You start to bend your arms. You get your shoulders on the chair. You push off the floor. So now I have both of my heels on the wall. I'm gonna get up and just tap one of my heel off the wall and switch my foot. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. And switch. And switch. After approximately 10 seconds or so, or whenever you feel it's enough, kick off the wall, get the landing down on your feet. We're going to be doing the same exercise upside down with your palm hands on the chairs for just 2 more times. And you can either hold yourself within the tuck body position, you can spread out your legs and put your heels on the wall, or if you already feel that you're kind of ready, you can start to kick off the wall and get your feet off and switch them from one to another. Okay? So, one more time. Palms on the soft surfaces of the chair. Sink your head in between, push off the floor. You can do the tuck. You can straighten the legs out, put your heels on the wall, or you can just tap away and keep switching your feet. Keep switching your feet. If by the time when you start to get the free palm standing, you can try to get both of your feet together and find the balance and hold it. So this is actually a very good exercise for you to learn how to balance upside down. All right, it's not going to be that much about your shoulder position, but it's a great way for you to break down the balance exercises and focus on your legs position and on your core position, as well as your lower back. All right, so let's go. We're going to take the same thing for just one more time, and then we're going to proceed with some of the cool down exercises for your shoulder and for your spine, and I'll let you know. You're ready, set, and begin. Begin up. And hold it 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then get your legs down. Alright, so moving the chairs away. Moving the chairs away. Alright, so we're gonna get a sit down. We're not gonna stretch too much. This is just all for us to get a little bit soreness on the next day. And just bring the thumb to the side. Do the same thing as we did at the very beginning of the workout. So you just stretch your upper trapezius, one side and another. Alright, so the next thing we're gonna be doing is we're gonna stretch a little bit the front body, the front part of your shoulder, as well as the biceps as well, because it's obviously the more you're keeping your shoulders flexible, the easier for you to align yourself into the handstand position. And the more you're keeping your body straight within the handstand position, it's the less pressure you have on your muscles. Actually, it's easier. So that's why don't neglect the flexibility. Neither within your hips or shoulders position. It's all supposed to be in one harmony and good balance. All right, so this is what we're going to be doing. You're going to take your hand behind, and as you feel that you can't really push it behind anymore, you can push it back no further. You're going to start to take your shoulder down towards the floor.
All right, so this is how we're gonna hold it for about just 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so the same thing, we're gonna proceed with your opposite arm. We're gonna start to take those tiny fingertips steps to the back. Take the opposite hand right in front of yourself on the mat and then push your shoulder down towards the floor. And we stay here for just 5 seconds as well, so we don't overstretch anything. And as we proceed with our strength training, I would definitely recommend you guys to stretch on the next day. Alright, let's take it away. The next thing we're gonna be doing is just to focus a little bit more on the back part of your deltoids. You're gonna hug yourself literally and then lay with your chest on your biceps. Right? So arms are going to be sideways and then just little by little gently take your chest right above your arms. Hold it here for 10 seconds. You can drop your chin down and take your shoulder blades apart as much as you can. And switch your arm, one another. Ready, steady, and get it into the whole body position. Get it into that stretchy body shape. And we'll hold it here for 10 seconds only. It's 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, so next you're gonna take your elbow right in front of yourself, bend one of your legs, and grab your wrist with your opposite hand and push your palm towards your shoulder. Alright, so this is one of the ways you can stretch your triceps. Alright, switch your arm. Bend your opposite leg up. Take your palm and then push it up towards to your upper trapezius as well. Alright, here we go. It's enough. Alright, guys, take your fingertips down towards to your knees. You're gonna step with the knees right inside of your palm hand. Stay here for a little while for the better stretching. You can also bend your arms and push your elbows down towards to your quads. Stay here for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step off. Ready, and then push your fingertips right in front of yourself. And we're gonna take just 10 lifts on your fingertips. Wrist mobility is super important because sometimes it's not even how hard you start to get tired from handstands. Sometimes you just feel that pain within your wrist and you can't continue the workout anymore. So it's very important to keep your wrist mobile. All right, let's get to 3 more, 2, and 1. All right, guys. And well, this is just something for, this is definitely not all the exercises for beginners, but this is some of them, and I found them very, very useful. Lots of my students are getting better by using them, so I hope that is gonna give you a little difference as well, and it's gonna help you too. And like always, I'm glad to be here. Thank you guys for watching me, and if you have any questions about the training or anything else about the handstands or maybe other skills, you can definitely reach me out and I'll be there for you. All right, so stay safe and have fun training.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for that. Great session today. Yeah, you can catch us on Facebook, or well, Facebook would be the best way to catch us, or contact Nick. Yeah, I think today. Yeah, thank you, Christy.
All right, then. Perfect.
Awesome. Well, I'll catch you in a couple of weeks' time, I guess. Again.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. So gotta stay in touch.
Yeah, perfect. And then we've got our our morning session with Maisie tomorrow at 7 a.m. Thank you, Mick. I'll catch you in a couple of weeks' time. And yeah, thank you, everyone. Awesome. All right. Thank you, everyone.